Imagine waking up one day. You're 17 years old. You go down to the kitchen, you see your parents, everything's fine. You turn on the news. There's an incurable disease going around affecting people your age. The name of the disease? Senioritis. Hi. Long time no see. So, just to preface before I start talking for probably like 10 minutes, this isn't going to be a book video. I will have that soon, trust. But this is going to be, well, the title. I will talk about that. But I do want to, before I get into the talking, say how grateful I am for all the support. Everyone here is so nice. I feel like other platforms I haven't encountered the same kind of support and appreciation. So I'm so grateful. I feel so glad. I'm so happy. Every time I got a comment, I was so joyful. I was like, oh my god, like people actually care about this. So yeah, it's been really fun, really nice, and I will get back to the book content soon. Trust me. But today I just kind of, especially with what's been going on in my life currently, I kind of just wanted to sit down and talk. And this won't be a structured video. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. It's I guess the audience for this will be mostly other people my age, or maybe people younger, maybe people who are going to be going through this kind of life stage soon. But obviously the title, Notes on Senioritis. I I think I thought before getting into senior year of high school, I was aware senioritis was a thing, but I don't think I ever internalized that it wouldn't hit me like a truck. It would kind of creep up slowly, gradually, until one day you're sitting in bed at 8 p.m., you have a calc test in the morning, and you think, I'm not gonna study. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna give up. It's the scariest thought. I was never like this before. I'm a really good student by my standards, I think. I take hard classes. I do the APs. I do the extracurriculars. You know what I mean? Like, I do the things. But yeah. And these past weeks, plural, I've been kind of in a slump, I guess you could call it, where it's so hard to find the motivation to do well when so far this year I've been doing mediocre. Again, I've been a straight A student my entire life. This isn't bragging, this is like to prep because you need context for what I'm gonna say. I've been a straight A student my whole life. I've taken AP classes. I'm taking currently 5 AP classes out of 6 classes total that I have. Um, I they're hard classes and obviously they're college level, but so yeah, like I've this isn't like new to me. Like I'm not going into this without any experience, but I think obviously it does matter that I'm taking more AP classes than I've taken in the past, and I have more things, and it's college applications and whatnot. But I do think there is something to be said about the phenomena that is senioritis. The feeling of I'm gonna not be here next year. I'm gonna be away, or I'm gonna be, living my life in college or whatever you want to do after high school. Why do I have to care about this now? Why do I have to care when this literally will not matter in less than a year? That thinking, that line of reasoning has been my downfall these past couple months. And I'm not saying that it's not, and technically, it's not wrong, but I don't think it's the way to live in this last year of high school. I think it's really been dragging me down. It's really been kind of holding me back from what I can do. I recently, again, this context, guys, context. I do good in school, I swear. I've recently been doing really bad in some of my classes. I'm not gonna exaggerate and be like, or I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm failing. I'm not. I still have pretty good grades, but they're lower than they've been. And I've been failing quizzes and I've been, doing bad on tests. And it's kind of made me realize, like, oh, I'm not I'm not as passionate as I was about this. Am I getting dumb? These are just the thoughts that have been running through my head. Like, is am I the issue? Is it something wrong with me? Because I've never been a studier. I don't know how to study to this day. I still don't know how to do it. I've never done that. I've mostly just like I like school, the learning aspect. I love learning. I think learning is the best thing you could do for yourself. I adore learning new things. I think it's so amazing. I wish I could learn everything in the world. But obviously I can't. But yeah, I've always been like an avid learner, so am I just becoming dumb? Like, am I losing my passion? Am I, becoming a shell of the student that I was? And I've am realizing, currently still in the stage of realizing, no, it's not that like my brain capacity is suddenly, you know, decreased by half or anything. It's just I'm entering this moment, this transitional period. It is a transitional period where I'm in one place that I'm never going to be again, and I'm learning how to say goodbye. And I think part of learning how to say goodbye is that feeling of senioritis where you're like, I need to detach myself from this before moving on so that it won't affect me as much. It won't leave as deep of a scar. But I think maybe that's not the right way to go about it. And I know senioritis isn't a thing that you can really control. It's obviously, it's literally been coined senioritis like a disease. Like it's a disease that infects 17 and 18-year olds, the second they step into their first day of senior year. It's it's incurable. It's contagious. It's all the things a worse disease can be. And I just am sick of seeing it like that. And this might not be relevant. Again, like I'm just saying, like this, it won't be relevant for everyone. Some other seniors might not even think of it like this, and they'll just be like, "Girl, you're taking this way too seriously. It's not that deep." But to me, and the way it's affected me, I see like in my brain it's like a graph, and I'm on like a downward slope, and the cause is like senioritis. But I don't want that to be the reality. I want to take that control back, and I'm just this video, just me literally talking about it is my form of taking control back because I still don't know how to. I'm still very much in that like moment of I want to give up really, really bad. But for the sake of younger me and all the work she put in and future me and all the work she will put in, I want to make sure that I do my best and put as much potential or use my full potential to the extent that I can so that I won't have any regrets in the future because regrets are literally the worst thing in the world. Oh my gosh. Regrets will haunt you. They will never leave you alone. They come back and bite you in the butt when you least expect it. I hate regretting things. It's my worst. Oh my god, when I think of things that I regret, it actually like you could spend hours on end staring at a wall and thinking about all the things you could have done. And I hate that. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be my reality after high school. I want to exit my high school, the institution, and say, I'm happy with what I did. I can't control others. I can't control my teachers. I can't control my peers, but I can control my actions in this place. And I can control my feelings about what I'm doing, Like in Paradise Lost, the whole theme is basically like hell is in one's own mind. You make your own hell, you make your own heaven. I want to be able to leave and not have memories of this place as my hell. And even if I didn't have the best high school experience, which I didn't, because I'm just not, I don't know, guys. High school wasn't for me, but I mean, like socially, like I didn't have the best experience, but whatever. Um, I don't want that to be my hell when I leave. I don't want to look back and think, oh my god, those 4 years were wasted. I want to look back and think that was the best version of me that I could be at that given point, and I don't regret it. I'm proud of myself for that. So I just think my note on senioritis is that isn't it isn't this big monster that seniors should be so afraid of. It isn't this incurable disease and illness that'll dig its claws into you and won't let you go until you're drowning in work and drowning in stress, and you get to a point where you don't care anymore and you kind of give up. I don't think it should I don't think it is that. I think it's maybe more of a wake up call, a sort of warning sign telling you, hey, you're letting yourself forget how good you are at this. Even if you aren't an AP student, even if you aren't a straight A student, that doesn't matter. It's just a reminder to be the best version of yourself you could be and to, do as much as you can, even when you feel like you really can't do it anymore. And, a couple more months and we're out. Um, just a couple more months and I'll never have to think about high school again. No, that's not a good mentality to have. And again, coming from someone who did not have the greatest high school experience, you should leave the place feeling okay with yourself, feeling content with what you've done. And I don't want to sound like redundant and stupid and like the freaking Noah Centineo, like it's not about what you do, but what you've done with what or you do with what you've done for this. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that you're bigger than senioritis could ever be, you know, as a student, as a person. You're bigger than your inhibitions in that sense. And I think it should be viewed from the lens of I'll do better, not I can't do better. I refuse to do better. I give up on doing better. No, it should really be seen as I'm going to take this experience, I'm going to take these feelings of helplessness and hopelessness and being tired and being sick of, having to wake up at 5 in the morning, go to school, be cold, do bad, like on a test or something, go home, take a nap, wake up at like 8 p.m., be tired, barely do homework, sleep, rinse, repeat. I think it should be about learning to adapt and overcome, as like cringe as it may seem. Don't be too hard on yourself in the fact that you're like, it's okay to feel those things, but just don't let it consume you. You know, I think, again, with like the warning sign, I think senioritis is more of a wake up call than anything, just to kind of regain control over those aspects of your life that you feel are slipping away, that you feel you're kind of giving up on. And I know that's like obviously, like don't let senioritis get to you. I'm not offering a solution, but I guess that solution is too subjective and it goes to each person, like to each their own kind of thing. You do what you think works best for you. And I guess this video is more of just a reminder to myself and to anyone else who might need to hear it that like it won't be the end of the world and it won't kill you. This isn't a life or death situation. It's just a matter of kind of realizing the place you're in and the place you want to be and realizing the only thing holding you back is your brain and the thoughts that you're having about being over it, being done with it. So I think it is just a matter of regaining control, and I'm still in the process of doing that. I'm trying to find ways to make myself feel better about my faults and my flaws, in terms of like academically. Um, so yeah, and this is just mostly a reminder to myself. I was in first period the other day, and I was just thinking like, oh wow, I really am struggling. I'm in a moment of I'm one of my lows. I'm at a low right now and I don't want to be here and I don't have to be here because I know what's causing it and I want to fix it. And that to me is enough to get the ball rolling. And if you just if you know you want to do better, there's really only a mental block stopping you. Unless obviously, I mean, this doesn't apply to everyone. Some people just have really specific circumstances, but I'm talking more about like the mentality of senioritis and what that does to seniors in high school. And yeah, so sorry that this wasn't like an upbeat or fun video. It's mostly just me yapping, I guess. But I will have more book related videos in the future and more little vlogs and stuff. But this is mostly just like a reminder. I'll come back to this probably later on and see it. And I just know that I'll be glad that I decided to take control back and not succumb to this horrible disease. But yeah. Also to the person that said they love my mic, I love you. Like, thank you so much. I know it's so I didn't want to hold the little thing here, so I was like, oh, a pencil. Yeah. that's really all I have to say. I hope everyone's having a great week, and I will see you guys next time.